Hey, what's up? This is Bryce Avery of the Rocket Summer, and you're watching punkvideosrock.com.
Keep holding on. All I got is holding.
What's up, guys? Robert Herrera here with punkvideosrock.com. I'm hanging out backstage at Warped Tour Pomona with Bryce Avery of the Rocket Summer.
Hey, what's up? How are you?
How's it going?
How are you? I'm good. I like your sunglasses.
Thank you. I like yours.
Thanks. I got these at the one of the vendors for like $5.
Oh, nice.
So those look like
nice.
$200. So.
I just bought them like a week ago.
How much were they?
$150.
$150. Wow.
So,
see, I just can't do it.
It took me a while to do that.
And I lose them. I'm on the go all the time and stuff.
It's all good. It's all good. So we're almost done with Warped Tour. This is, you did the full tour?
Did the whole thing, man. Oh, we had like 2 or 3 days off, I think, but they were, you know, days off on tour. You're like driving to the next place or something.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
But there were a couple days where we got to just go do nothing, like at a mall or something. We had one day off the other day, which was the greatest day off. We went to Vegas.
Nice.
And I spent so much time there. It was like I was literally on vacation, man. And I lost so much money. It was ridiculous.
Nothing gained at all?
No, I gained some seriously good memories, so that was about it.
That's awesome. The last time you were on Warped Tour, that's 2007, I believe, right?
2007, yeah.
How much different did it seem this time around?
You know, it's just like the changing of trends. It's like the Warped Tour demographic kind of stays the same age. And so, whereas a couple years ago, it's like, how do I put it? This year it's just like, Screamo is like king. Like metal is
there's a lot of that going on.
And then there's me, you know, and that's kind of how I've always just wanted to write timeless music, and I just do my thing, and I've never really had like super huge moments, but I've always had like this steady kind of like slow and steady wins the race. I've definitely been doing it longer than a lot of people, so it's kind of like it's cool. I mean, I've just never seen Rocket Summer as kind of a scene, kind of like trendy trend, like flavor of the week kind of thing. And Warped Tour is very much so that kind of a tour, to be honest. And so but then there's bands like us on here, and we do really well, so we're excited.
Nice. That's awesome. Do you see it like hard to put yourself out there, like because of, again, the demographics for right now, like too much Screamo?
No, I think it's I think I've been doing it for so long, and I can play in front of anybody, man. I can play in front of a metal crowd, and even if they throw stuff at me, I'll verbally assault them, and then the whole crowd likes what I do. So
before the tour, you released Men and Angels. I didn't see much promoting on that. Was there a certain reason for that, or I know it still hit #1 on iTunes.
That's a whole other conversation, my friend. You know, the fact that it hit #1 on iTunes, and we were the #1 album for like, I think it was like 3 or 4 days, is a complete testament to how many fans I have. Like, and not like, I don't say that in a cocky way. I say that how awesome our fans are. I mean, they completely carry the album.
With you all the way,
Because I don't know. You got to be like really careful about what you say sometimes in interviews, especially to questions like that, where I didn't see any promotion for your album. Yet it hit #1. It's like,
no, really.
That's
like
kind of the story of
that threw me off, to be honest with you. Like, I mean, I know you're out there, but that just threw me off. I was just like, wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird. Even out here on this tour, we get a lot of people that are like, I didn't even know you had a record come out.
Yeah,
so,
right.
Like I said, that's maybe we can revisit that in a couple years. And
which, by the way, it's a really good record. It was actually my soundtrack for about like a month.
Cool, man.
When I was riding my bike home to work and everything.
Nice, dude.
That's all. It was just on replay.
Thank you, man. Yeah, I'm really proud of the record, and I put a lot of heart and soul into that thing, and I mean, it's done pretty well. It's just, I feel like it's just like the fans that follow me on Twitter, like, knew the record was coming out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they worked it for you.
So it's kind of like, yeah, I should probably just start now on that. So.
No, that's awesome. But you do your own producing, and you play your own instruments as well, right?
I do. Yeah, I do. I've always been music has just been my whole life, man. It's playing several different instruments, and
now is that something that you choose to do on your own, or it's just
Kinda. It used to not be. It used to just be out of necessity. Like I didn't have a band forever, and then I was like, and then it was like time to make Do You Feel, and I started making. I did it, and then I did Men and Angels. It's kind of like just what I do.
Definitely.
I just love to just kind of go in the studio and shut the door and set up the drums and set up the piano and the bass and the guitars and the organs and the shakers and just say, hey, hit record and rewind it and then plug in another track and let me record on top of that one and then just do that over and over again until I have a full record.
That's awesome. What's the typical way of you recording? Like how do you normally start, or is there a way that you normally start, or?
Well, I mean, as far as writing the songs, I generally start on the piano or just guitar, and a lot of times I have some lyrics figured out, a lot of times I don't. And then I'll write the song, and then when I go into the studio, every record until this last one, I did in a very calculated kind of, I would go in and I'd spend like a week and a half in a really nice studio to record drums, to get the drum room and to get all the inputs. But then I'd record all the songs, so I'd be like so burnt by the end of 2 weeks or a week and a half, record like 15 songs or something, and generally like 2 songs a day, just make it like as good as it can be, like a bunch of times, then like comp things together and make, just put the best parts and everything, and but then I do the bass, and then I do the guitars, and then by the end I'm just doing all the vocals at once, and I really decided I hate that way of recording, because
it's tedious in the end?
It's very tedious and it's very non-inspiring, and so. But I mean, I made some good records out of it. Like that was literally how I did Hella Good Friend, Counter Days, and Do You Feel. But that's because I knew everything. I'd already recorded all the parts going into it. Like I demoed everything out.
Definitely.
And then I just literally spent more time making it right and perfect. But Men and Angels, what I did was I rented a studio, like a fairly nice studio, but for a cheaper price. And I had the drums set up, and I had the bass set up, and I had the piano. I had everything set up at all times.
Nice.
And so I'd walk in, and I'd just be like, okay.
Whatever inspired you.
Yeah, I just like, I want to play drums right now, or I don't want to play drums right now. It's like I'm kind of worn out. Like, how about I sing right now? And like, or like, oh, I have this cool idea for a beat. Like, do that, as opposed to the other way. That first week and a half, once you're done, you can't really. It's hard to go back in.
No, seriously.
So it's like.
Seriously.
And so you can't really fix things, and a lot of times I'd re-record things, and it was cool. So that's how I do it now.
Nice. That's awesome.
Budget willing. Sometimes you just have to like do it that way to get good drum sound.
I think it's a lot easier, since it's just you in the studio, so you're not stressing with other people as well.
I mean, it's a lot of work for sure. It's definitely hard doing like 13-hour days.
Yeah.
7 days a week for like 6 weeks or two months or whatever, But yeah, I like it. I like it a lot, and it's all I know. So
do you see yourself continuing to do that, or do you eventually want to try and get some help on it?
My guitar player played on 2 of the songs on the record, just because I wanted to be like, hey, you play on the record. You've been playing with me for a while. And it's but I don't know. I think for Rocket Summer, it's kind of what it is. But if I were to start something else, maybe it'd be totally different.
Yeah.
But I plan on doing a lot of things, so we'll see. We'll see how many things I actually get to before I'm dead.
Any memorable experiences from this year's Warped Tour?
Yeah, there's been a lot. One of the coolest days, we were in Atlanta, Georgia, which is a really great place for us. And we love that town, and we love the people there. And we played. I don't believe is today an amphitheater? No.
No, it's
okay. So normally,
it's not.
Normally we play on the amphitheater stages, but when it's not an amphitheater, we just have play on a normal stage.
Yeah.
They build every day. But we're in Atlanta, and we were playing in the amphitheater, and about 20 minutes before we went on, there was a massive storm that started coming through.
Oh man!
And they had to shut down the entire festival except for the amphitheater. So everyone at the tour, which is about 11,000 people, came in, and then right at that moment we walked out and played.
Wow.
We had literally the biggest show of I think the entire tour of any band, and it wasn't like it was like a fluke that happened.
Yeah.
Like obviously 11,000 people weren't just like, I'm gonna go see Rocket Summer, but it was kind of like, well, we have to go in there. But it was a really great moment just to was cool. It was like, wow, this is what it must be like to be
That's awesome, man.
to be like
you got new ears.
Rascal Flats or something. I don't know, just like there's like 10,000 people in here watching us play. This is awesome. So
That's awesome.
but the only thing that was a bummer about it is our merch tents were also set up, so they had to shut those down, so we didn't get to sell anything afterwards. So
man.
all of that promotion, and then we couldn't like sell one CD, but it was okay.
Well, hopefully everyone remembered it by the time
I think
they got
remembered
home,
it.
so.
I think they did. I think, I have faith that they did.
Yeah, definitely.
So
definitely. I hear you also have a clothing line that you are working on.
I do, man. It's
Can you let us know about
it's
it?
funny because the idea of like rock star guy makes clothing line, which I'm not a rock star. I'm just saying, like that kind of makes me a little ill, to be honest. There was a couple of years ago is when I started it. There was kind of a trend of people doing that, and I was like, you know what? I hate that. Like, what I want to do is, I've always just wanted to use what I do for a living as a platform to do better things and to inspire people. And so I was like, what if we started a clothing line, and instead of it just being a clothing line or even a cause clothing line, we partner with like some charities that aren't popular, that deserve looks, and from disease research to poverty aid to orphanages.
Nice.
And we still sell like cool clothes, but when you
help fund them.
Yeah, when you go and you check out our clothes, you get to read about the charities we support, and then when you buy something, you get to pick which charity you want to support through the purchase. So we give like 25% of the money away, and so it's definitely not a money-making thing. I've never made $1 off of it. It's just totally.
It's a good way to help.
It's purely just another way to get people talking, to kind of engage culture, and we're in the middle of launching a new line, which I'm so excited about because we actually brought on some like legit designers from like Urban Outfitters and Forever 21, and it's really cool. I'm excited.
Now, is this something we would just be seeing through you, or do you think you'd be seeing this like out in the stores?
It's gonna start just through us, like through the website, and there's a couple stores where people happen to be like Rocket Summer fans, and they have little boutiques and they want to support us, so they'll do that. But I mean, we'll see what the future holds. Like I said, I never even intended for that to be like a big deal.
Yeah.
It was purely just like, hey, let's do something else that makes a difference, And but I mean, if it started doing well, I mean, who knows? I'd probably have to just hire other people to do it though, because I can't.
You're not gonna be able to take on it.
Yeah, I mean, I can't. There's anything I've learned. I have so many ideas, and I'm an idea person, and I always start these projects, and then
I think you like full control of everything.
That's definitely not the case at all. I mean, I have other things that I do where very many people are involved, like, and like CIC even has someone else involved in it, and I even, like I said, like I write songs for other people, I co-write songs for other people. It's just Rocket Summer itself is like, that's kind of my baby, But like, I've written a couple songs.
You've kept it strong.
Thank you, man.
You kept it strong.
Like, so, but yeah, so we'll see. I just hopefully one day I could be successful enough to like just hire people to handle all the cool things that I want to do aside from Rocket Summer. But
I'm sure it'll get there. I don't see it.
We'll see. I don't know. It's not even about that for me. I'm just aware of the fact that in order for things to succeed, you need help, and so and that involves money.
That's true.
So
that's true.
So
that's true. Cool. Again, like we said, there's a little less than a week left of the tour.
Yeah, about six more shows or 5 more shows.
What do you have planned outside of this tour? Do you have any tours coming up?
Yeah, I do. I've got something really cool coming on this fall, but can't really say anything about it because it's not like officially in stone. Yet. So I'm like, I haven't even seen like the actual dates yet. So in my business, until you see that stuff, don't say a word about it, because I can't tell you how many times things are supposed to happen and then they don't. So,
yeah, exactly.
So I'm just waiting for that email, and then I'll post a video blog about it or something.